from the northeast, military officers went on protesting because of unpaid allowances and poor ammunition being given to them to fight against the Boko Harams. What's your take about this, sir?
Thank you so much. Serve them good. That's very good for them. Serve them good. They protest so late. What happened in 2016, 15, 17, 18, 19, 2020, 21? What was happening then? They should have protested from those years I mentioned. They protest so late. Now they are protesting when they are already in the grave. This protest has come too late. The money budgeted for that purchase of arms and ammunition, their commanders, they have been using the money for their personal interests. Brutai amassed billions upon billions of dollars in his bank account in Dubai. He went outside Europe, outside Nigeria. He went to Europe. He built houses there, built houses in Dubai. Don't those soldiers that are protesting know that Brutai was doing all this? They were just playing eye service to the man. Instead of coming out to protest, instead of coming out to say this is what is going on. You can have agents all over the places. You have many departments you are supposed to report all these crimes. You allow the man to use the money for his personal interests. Boko Haram is killing you with sophisticated weapons. They use outdated weapons. They gave you expended arms and ammunition to go after somebody that is using AK-49 and gun trucks. They employ Boko Harams among you, Boko Haram member among you in the Nigerian military, all in the name of repentant insurgents. I've never heard that before, that a terrorist is repented. Then American army, US army, allow them to be among the US soldiers. Nigeria, if you ask me, Nigeria is a mystery. Nigeria is a phenomenon. Nigerian government is the worst ever establishment on earth I've seen on earth. You allow terrorists to mix up with your soldiers, with your military men. What do you expect? Do you know that it's only a thief that thinks differently from normal human beings? If you are a thief, I will be thinking how to go Ikeja. You will be thinking how to pick my pockets. Passengers everybody will be aiming boss. A thief will be thinking what? One thing. To do what? To smart them and prefer their money out of their pockets. That's what makes him a thief. So you can't carry a terrorist who is just after drinking blood, killing people and mix him up with soldiers. So that's why you see our soldiers that are coming out with poor performances every now and then. After tackling insurgents today, tomorrow you will hear that they bombed the barracks. Because they live among the soldiers. Many soldiers in the military today escaped from the camp. Many resigned. Many eloped. Many absconded. Still, they don't say it out. Press don't write. They don't say it on telly. House media houses. See, let me tell you, if they like, they should protest too. Because this is their time to tell the whole world what has been happening there for over 6 years now. I think you understand me. So, as of me, I like what they are doing. But the only question I ask is, are they sincere? Are they really telling Atahiru, the newly appointed chief of army staff, that what we are doing is bad, you are not paying us, the weapons you are giving us are outdated and expended ones, expired weapons and this? Can they come out and tell him that? So that is my fear. But if you ask me, well, it is nice. It's good to protest.
Ṣẹ́rí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti ní kó lọ jagun ẹran tí pé inú báràkì kan lọ ti máa jáde o àwọn kan wá láti Ìdọ̀dọ̀ barak Ìkẹjà cantonment Bọ̀ní camp gbogbo ẹ̀ lówó lóṣìṣì káàkiri ìdíwọ́ Nàìjíríà àwọn àmì wà tí wọ́n bá ti fún wọn lára owó wọn ìyàwó wọn ń pè wọ́n lójú ogun ọmọ ń pè wọ́n lójú ogun wọ́n á jẹ wọ́n á mu fún ọkọ̀ tó máa jẹ bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ fẹ́ lífù nulẹ̀. That is number one. And then number two, bọ́ọ̀lù ẹ ṣe máa ní káwọn èèyàn lọ jà. You send someone to war front without ammunition. Bọ́ọ̀lù ìfẹ́ jà kí ló fẹ́ fi jà ẹ sọ fún mi. Ní ìlú inú ìgboro sì táwọn olè bá lọ jà ń bì kan tí ọlọ́pàá bá gbóhùn ìbọn olè tó dún gẹ̀ẹ́mù. Àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé what kind of gun is this? Torí pé wọ́n ti mọ orú ìbọn tó jẹ́. Àwọn náà ìbọn kọ́ àtẹ́kọ́ máa ń pín sí èèyàn. àwọn tẹ̀lé fẹ́ lọ kojú olè ìyàbọ̀ fẹ́ lọ kojú gbá kojú àwo wọn ò ní ammunition lọ́wọ́ kí ló fẹ́ fi jà ẹ sọ fún mi kí ló fẹ́ fi jà àfi kọ́ ṣe kí ni ọ̀rọ̀ ammunition yẹn kọ́ jẹ́ kó ṣe kókó kó kọ́ ammunition jáde fáwọn èèyàn àwọn ammunition mi wà tó ti gbówó lẹ̀ lọ́ra táwọn kan tẹ wú ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ náà tí ò dẹ̀ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ́ gbogbo nǹkan báyìí àìní ètò gidi òun ló cause gbogbo problem yìí àìní ètò gidi ni kọ́lọ́ lójú ẹni kó tún Nàìjíríà wa yìí ṣe kó má jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà dàrú kó má jẹ́ kógun wọ Nàìjíríà yìí.
I'm crying for this country based on that situation. My mind is bleeding. The former chief of army staff that had been retired or removed, number one, is supposed to be held responsible.
Why?
For that action. That trend has been there during his time, and is unable to control it. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
God. If you ask them how many months salary, they cannot tell you. Maybe they are protesting for 2 months. Never. Not 3 months. Not 4 months. How many months the man has been left office now? How many months? Is it up to 3 months or 4 months? And this is the same person that the senior reject their appointment that time. This is the same person that after removing from the office, they are being given ambassadorial position. I am bleeding for this country. On behalf of other Nigeria, I am bleeding. Somebody that has not performed credibly well, you now give him another to represent this country outside, to represent Nigeria outside the country. When represent the country within this country also, is unable to perform well. Oh God, it's a shame. So I'm only sympathizing with the present chief of staff. If I am the president and chief of army staff, is supposed to go through the file and address that issue, before now. But he feel comfortable, and I'm telling you, you can push person, go away. But if you push the person to the wall, nowhere to go again. So that is what is happening. Now, they should not try those people for any crime whatsoever. They are enjoying their right under the constitution, not under the military law, because those people have allegiance to the Nigerian, not to the commander in chief of armed forces, because they are fighting for Nigeria. They are not fighting for commander in chief of armed forces, which is their boss. I don't know, maybe you are getting what I'm saying. There's one man, Brigadier, some say Yoruba man, Brigadier, I forget his name. He showed a video to show how the soldier are feeling, how they are reacting. The man has been demoted. Now, you're a media man, go to your record. The man has been demoted for exposing the truth. So these people, they should not try them for anything. They are fighting for their right. How can you send somebody to go and carry arm, defending the country with empty stomach? They have family, which they have to send money to maintain their children. Oh God. Oh, it's a shame on Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces. I expect he should be asking for the monthly record of the people at the battleground. In another country, the Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces is supposed to resign voluntarily.
They are protesting against unpaid salary. I think it's a violation of their own rights and the failure of government. How will somebody you saddle with the responsibility to protect people are not being paid, their welfare are not being taken care of, and you expect them to carry out their duty? I think this is the reason why the system of this country is collapsing every day. So the government should be held responsible who refuse to pay the salary of those that they assign a responsibility to protect people. It is a total failure on the part of the government.
The issue of insecurity is not in one place, it's across the country. And what I will just suggest is that our leader we are still having problem with leadership. The leadership type in Nigeria here is even is not what we are expecting. So we are expecting good leadership, and the leadership start from the top, that is from the federal, the state, and the local level. And all this, if we continue like that, I just create a chaos, and it will involve a division of maybe Yoruba we separate, Igbo we separate, Hausa we separate. But to me, we are one family. But if all these things, all these leaders, they come together and they are working for the interest and the interest of the mass, everything will come to okay. Then we are dividing the nation. So, but if they come together, they do things orderly, everything will be okay. So that's my own.
So the military men that are not being paid their allowances, what do you think should I do?
To me, their leader also are not being fair. There are sometimes we heard that all these retired serving chief, you see them, they also appoint them back for this ambassador list. So, and to me, I don't know, they have used this our country to politics. So they have made everything to politics. They are not doing what we expected them to do. They take the risk of human being to do politics, and which is not okay. So to me, this money are diverted to a place. Are you getting me? There is nothing bad when someone work. You need to pay them. So there is entitlement. They need to pay them. But to me now, there's some people have diverted the money elsewhere. So that's why we are having this issue of not paid. But I will advise the federal government that we are the one we are looking upon. Once the up is okay, the middle and the lower will also be okay. But if the up is collapse, the middle and the down will also be collapsed. So if everything is done in appropriate way, there will not be problem of allowance not being paid. So there will be monitoring. There should be a proper monitoring in all these things. So because there is lack of monitoring, that's why you see some people, they divert money and do other things what they like. But they have to monitor. When if you assign money for a particular project, you need to monitor that project. Is it okay? But since some of the money, before you know, like this capital project, they said 20 million. Half of the money, they have collected half of the money as bribe. How do you think everything will be okay? So most of the problem we are having is we are not being sincere. If you are sincere, everything will be okay. So that's my stand on it.
I think it's a reflection of what is happening in the field. Because if people who are in the field, who are fighting, start protesting, it shows that they are losing interest, they are demoralized. It shows that perhaps the enemy, which is the Boko Haram this time, is having an edge over them. That it means, it speaks of the fact that maybe there is the government is not acquiring or purchasing the required arms and ammunition. Don't forget that recently the National Security Advisor, the president of Mungunu, said that the weapons, arms and ammunition that were procured under the former service chiefs are nowhere to be found, which suggests that there may be a misappropriation or the money may have gone into wrong hands. What I'm trying to say in essence is the government need to investigate what happened to the money that was devoted to buy ammunition. And you could recall that in 2018, precisely, federal government in conjunction with state governments released $1 billion from SS crude account for purpose of purchasing arms and ammunition. And prior to the approval by the National Assembly, a chunk of that money that runs into in the neighborhood of some millions of dollars anyway, was already disbursed to purchase 12 Tucano jets from America. So the question is, though we have not yet gotten those ammunition as in the Tucano jets, but the question is, other ammunition that were being procured with that money, we are not seeing them on ground, according to the National Security Advisor. And from what we can see in the field, the Nigerian army are not winning the war. It means they are not having superior ammunition to prosecute the war. So the government need to act fast and understand what is transpiring in that area of the country. Then again, I don't know whether Mr. President or this government generally, they are always scared of the military. Because anything that has to do with military, they handle with levity. The other time, some policemen who went to Taraba State to arrest a kidnap campaign in the place of Waduma were summarily killed in their line of legitimate duty under the supervision of a Nigerian captain, a Nigerian military captain. At the instance of Mr. President, the former chief of defense staff constituted a panel that indicted the captain and 9 other soldiers. But as we speak, they have not been brought to justice. Only recently, the Minister of Justice, Attorney General of the Federation, the person of Malami, took over the case, charged some persons to court, and the military personnel were not charged to court only with the excuse that the military high command refused to surrender those personnel for prosecution. Now, one begins to ask, the same Malami that wrote a memo to Mr. President that saw the acting chairman of EFCC being sacked can no longer write another memo demanding Mr. President to command the military high command to release indicted military personnel for prosecution. So it calls for question. Look at the recent issue that happened at Lekki Toll Gate. Look at how the military came there for that show of shame. Look at how CNN did a diligent documentary and investigation. They even chronicled how and where and when Nigerian government bought the bullet they used for that mission. As we speak, Nigerian military are put out of that panel abruptly, without excuse, without explanation, and nobody asking questions. So it's unfortunate.